What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, I know it's been a little bit since I posted a video. I've got a ton going on. I know you've heard that before. No excuses, but this video should be a good one if you're a supercar fan. If you're a McLaren fan, I'm here at one of my favorite spots in Pennsylvania, McLaren Philadelphia in Westchester, PA. They've always got a great selection of stuff. They got some cool stuff in here, but they have especially a very rare McLaren that I wanted to come down and take the time to show you guys. So let's get in there, check out what they have, and I'll show you this special car. So as you guys can see, plenty of inventory in here. There's a ton of stuff outside that I didn't even film because, well, it's dark out now in PA. It gets dark at like 5 o'clock. But we're inside here. Back here is the car I want to show you guys that I mentioned. This right here, one of 25 in the world. It's called an MSO HS, not to be confused with the 688 High Sport. It is not a 688 HS. You may see it referred to that. It's not. It's an MSO HS right here is what it's called. Why is this car so special? You may say, well, Troy, it just kind of looks like an LT. So here's an LT for reference. So this is a roof scoop LT, fender louvers, right? Fender louvers, roof scoop. What's different? Look here. Look at the sides here. So you have this big side panel, right? If you look over here, you have that same side panel, but you have a lower canard built into that and an upper canard. So hopefully you guys can see that. There's that one and that one. This is satin carbon on here too. This is gloss. So that's the biggest difference with the front. You can see full carbon hood. Obviously, like I said, fender louvers, mirrors, gloss carbon, roof scoop. Now, here's the special part of this car. Look at this wing. So here's the back of a LT, right? The big wing pops up, goes up in the air mode. The wing is down right now. If I go over to this Delta Red car, you can see this wing is propped up. So, propped down, it looks like it's up. It's a little more aggressive than the 12C and the 650, but look at this wing here. As you guys can see, it's on fixed uprights, right? So it's raised about, say, 3-4 inches off the body panel here, but when it slopes down, it's raised about 6 inches right here. It's an all carbon wing. LT back, right? So it's basically an LT from behind, but the cool thing about this wing is it is active. So you can see these struts here. So this wing, even though it's upright, will still fold as an air brake, which is pretty cool. Definitely a unique car. Let me show you the inside here. We'll get inside. It looks, again, pretty similar to an LT. So you have your bucket seats, MSO HS embroidered up here. You have your placard here, MSO HS, MSO HS on the dash there. But the other cool thing about this is, not many people know this, hopefully I can get it on camera, right here. You see this? These right here, if they show up, that is not a standard option. What that is, those are shift lights. So you have one on here, and one on the other side of the dash, right through here. So those will light up when you're driving, shift lights. Pretty similar to a Formula 1 car, so they pretty much light up from the outside in, and give you, you don't have to be looking at the speed or anything. You can kind of see it out of peripheral vision, and are able to shift quick, fast. I think this is an MSO option. You can still purchase this if you'd like, but it's kind of pricey, but I think it's definitely pretty cool, some of these small unique touches. Pretty standard. Obviously you have your paddles. Again, this is similar wheel to an LT. All the bucket seats. We'll see if Alex can help us with some lighting. If you don't follow Alex, follow him on Instagram. Please don't. But I gotta show you guys this roof scoop. So that scoop that's up top recessed into the cabin. There's your track telemetry camera. Comes back here down into the engine bay. So it'll be tough to see, and I'll get out of the car and show you. But the nice thing about this is you get all that intake noise right above your head. It completely transforms the sound of the car, the driving experience. It's kind of an expensive option if you want it on an LT, but there you can kind of see it. Drops down, goes out into the side through the firewall and into the engine bay. So it's pretty unique modification. Some LTs chose for it and most people didn't, but definitely a cool feature. You can see on the HVAC dials, if you remember, mine are silver, so most of the time they're a standard kind of a light silver, but these are flat black. Even in here, all in there, you can kind of see that it's all flat black. The volume knob, start stop, the arrow dials, all flat black. You can see them here, flat black over there. Pretty cool. This is painted in here onto the carbon sill here. Right there, limited edition, 18 of 25. That's the key to this. So what this car was, and Alex will correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this car was commissioned. It was a bespoke commission car, right? That somebody wanted, I believe, multiple examples of, or they just wanted an LT with a raised wing and a little more aero. Basically, McLaren will build you anything you want. Legitimately, they will build you whatever you want, which is awesome because there's not many companies that'll do that. But this car was derived from an LT that was like, we want the raised wing and we want it to be an active wing, and it basically evolved into this. So the modern Super Series cars, we have 137 cars, okay? So we have 50 650 Can-Ams, 50 650 Le Mans cars, coupes. We have 25 of these, and then we have 12
MSO HS.
12C, yeah, which is the very first different car on the Super Series platform. Obviously, you have the MSO X, which I did a video on. You can see that in the card above here, but that was a Sport Series car. We're not going to talk about that right now. But this car is the only one outside of a bespoke commission car that has the raised upright active wing, which is the total selling point for this car. I mean, if I had to pick any car in here, other than my beloved 94, my race car, this is my car. And it's one of 25. It's funny because I see P1s now, and maybe you can attest this because you're here all the time. You see P1s all the time, right? I don't want to say you get used to them because it's such a beautiful.
You get used to them.
It's such a beautiful car, but there's only 25 of these in the world. How many in the States? 10?
Probably around
10 in the States. And if you think about it, I've seen more P1s. In terms of uniqueness and rareness, to me, the MSO HS is definitely up there. It's such a unique car, and most people just standing here looking at it would think it's an LT.
Yes.
And what really, it's an LT, but it's an even more aggressive LT. The biggest thing is the wing and the front canards here. You can see built into the side of the bumper. That's the biggest differences, and I think it was factory louvers and a scoop.
Yes.
So so on the LT, so this LT, this is an option. This is an option. This car, it's all standard. The roof scoop, so you saw me talking about the inside of the roof scoop, right? So you saw it come in here and then it bends off and comes around here. Well, on my car and any other car, and I'll take you and show you, there's usually intake here. This is blocked off because of the roof scoop, because your intake now is up here. So like my car, the 12C or a 650 coupe, this is open. There's just like a mesh grill, and that's where your air comes into the engine bay. But On the roof scoop cars, they've obviously blocked that off and forces all the air over here, and that's why you hear it, because all this air is rushing over your head. You're right there. You can hear a lot more turbo noises, a lot more blow-off noises. I'm sure there's a lot of LT owners that if they could go back and do it again, they would go with the roof scoop. This is the base sheet. So exterior, basically, based on the 675 LT, raised rear wing, front dive planes, gloss carbon roof. You guys can read through that there. Interior here. So this is a pretty base spec, I would say, but the only thing that is definitely different is this HS here. That's painted red. I think the door sills, right? The door sills are red in here. If you open this up, that's painted. This is the confusion on the 688. Right there. See, it says 688 PS.
And this is where it really starts. When you look at the VIN, covering some of it up for privacy reasons.
It's 688 on the VIN, and it's gonna be tough to see in there. But
so it says 688 there, and it says 675
on the yeah. But it is not anywhere a 688 HS. It is an MSO HS. We'll do a quick startup for you. Not that it sounds any different. It's got the LT sound to it, but we have to get a startup because we're here. It didn't happen. The pops are awesome. I think that's going to wrap up this video. I hope you enjoyed the McLaren content. If you're new to the channel and you haven't figured it out by now, I'm a huge McLaren fanboy. Not only do I have a 12C, but I just anything McLaren, anything supercars, but mostly McLaren. Chad over here, thanks for making it happen, buddy. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Alex, wherever you went, anytime. So anytime I'm going to come back down here. And
Alex is pooping. Make sure it makes
Alex is pooping. Bye, Alex. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you click that red subscribe button. Make sure you do me a favor and you click that bell icon up in the top right there next to the subscribe button, because for some reason, again, nobody's getting notified when I post videos. So make sure you do that for me. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Troy Sowers. Make sure you follow McLaren Philadelphia at McLaren PHL on Instagram as well. We'll catch you guys on the next one.